Hello Internet, welcome back to our Cataclysm Refugee playthrough. We're playing as Vi Lovett. Classic. I wonder what John Lovett's up to. Remember John Lovett's? He was the critic all those years ago. Anyway, yeah, so we're back with our character. It has been a long time since I played. I'm really trying to get back into YouTube. Trying to force myself to record. Even made an alarm on Windows today to alert me that I needed to record. So, not that it works. Windows alarms don't work, but that's a whole other discussion. So we're looking okay. If I recall correctly, we had a rough night's sleep. We got attacked by a zombie while we were sleeping, and then we looted some. Have I been marking as explored? I have. So I think we need to continue looting. We really just don't have stuff yet. And the proficiencies that have been added to the game make me a little uncomfortable grinding skills because I don't really know what I should be grinding. It's very much a new thing for me, so I feel like I'm gonna do something wrong if I try to grind my skills right now. So we're gonna focus on what I know how to do, which is to loot. So we are injured, but it's not like awful. Pain is okay. We could probably take some painkillers. I don't have any in my inventory. I dropped my stuff. Do I still have? Did I sort everything? I did. So let's find our medication pile. Looks like this. Look for aspirin. Take like 20 of those with us. And we should take some bandages. Do we have makeshift bandages? I remember we couldn't make boiled makeshift. So we'll take some makeshift bandages. No, not 15 of them. Mistyped there. Drop 10 of those. What else do we need on us? We have a knife. As our knife spear should have butchering and cutting and all that we might need. Exacto has. Let's favorite these things. We can favorite from this menu now. I remember there was a time when we couldn't do that, so we'll go ahead and favorite these things as well as our knife spear. That way we don't end up losing anything. We have a leather duster, which is great. Dragon skin vest, pretty good. Legs have leather pants. And we have a hard hat. So we're not terrible for like day 2. And let's head out and loot a little bit. Yep. Yeah, recording has just been a little bit rough. I've definitely been putting things off, and I can feel that I'm not progressing in my day-to-day life. Like usually I like to have a project that I'm working on consistently. It really helps stabilize me, gives me something to do and to focus my energy on. Plus then you can see a clear progression. Really, you moved a tile and hit me, and you happened to blind me and cause me a bleed all at once, huh? Is my speed messed up? Not really. Okay, so you just happened, that was just your extra move. Or you just had a little extra movement left that time I hit you. We do seem a tad slow. It might just be that child zombies are a little faster than I remember them being. But we need to be just a smidge cautious. Because I don't really want to keep getting injured. Looks like, is the child bleeding or did I step on that tile? I don't know. Okay. Oh, the child was bleeding. So it did die of its bleeding wounds. That's pretty interesting. Still no child sprite. Let's grab... No, let's not grab anything. Let's just move on. So we did take a little bit more of a hit there than I would like, and we don't have any eye protection. We just have the hard hat. So I think, didn't I? Oh, we do have safety glasses. I was going to say, I just saw the word safety glasses somewhere. So we do have eye protection. So that kid hit us through our eye protection. They must be like, I don't know. You would think they'd be 100%, 95%. So the kid just happened to get through. Or maybe it just did more damage than the armor. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. Nothing matters, Internet. Life is a bleak and colorless black hole that will gradually dissolve your entire existence. Where do I see zombies? On the street there. I would like to get in the rear of this house. Outdoorsman shop. I'm not familiar with that location. So I think we will make a priority of going there. I'm really reluctant to fight a bunch of zombies. I am noticing as well that our knife spear is quite damaged. 4 and 15. What is it standard damage? 5 and 19. So that's a pretty substantial, like 6-point reduction to damage. Let's go back and make a new knife spear. We don't have the means of repairing this one, unfortunately. How do we repair a knife spear? We'll use a repair kit, extended tool set, arc welder. So it can use the wood or metal repairs, neither of which we have, unfortunately. There was a mod that added resin cord, which could also be used to make to repair wooden items, but that's not in vanilla. It doesn't make a ton of sense, but I also kind of like the idea of just wrapping a cord soaked in resin around it to repair and strengthen your tool. So I don't hate it or anything. That might be from more survival tools. I'm not sure where that comes from. Can we still craft from here? Do we have enough light and distance? We do. Good, doesn't matter. Use the string. Try to preserve our duct tape in case we do find a repair kit. Pick that up. Wield and dispose of the old one. So just that little bit of extra damage, you know, we kind of need until we're going to be able to make a non-makeshift spear. In fact, do we have any other spear recipes at this point? We can make the pipe spear. That requires the welder. And if we could get a drill of some sort, we could make the non-flimsy knife spear, which would be really nice. I think they added a lower tier drill to the game. Makeshift hand drill. Is this what I'm looking for, or is this like a fire drill? Show me. Where does it show? It has one drilling. What do we need for the knife spear? Drilling of 1. So we could potentially work towards making a hand drill here. Screwdriver, nail, pipe, hammering, fine hammering. So we would need a proper hammer to do this. That's not something that's super hard to find. But I do tend to forget about picking up hammers. I wonder if we have a hammer in our base. Let's pop back in real quick. Because if we could get away from flimsy tools, that would be really, really nice. Our tool pile is this. And we'll look for hammer. Never did pick up a hammer. Okay. I'm not sure if they can appear in junk drawers. I don't remember. I kind of think they can. So we should keep an eye out for a hammer as we progress. There's a hammer right there. Great. So what else do we need? I think that's it. So drill. We need some branches. No, we have planks. Primitive rock drill. 1 rock drill. That's not what we want. We need a pipe. Well, that's an easy fix. Don't really want to smash with our knife spear, but I guess if we're upgrading, it doesn't matter. Pipes. Looking for metal shelving in the house here. In the garage, of course. So we'll go ahead and smash. Didn't they change it to where smashing these shelving units doesn't give pipes? No, that was lockers. I think these shelves still give pipes pretty reliably. Except this has garbage bash. We should not be using our knife spear for that reason as well. So go ahead and give me a stout branch. Come out here and smash this thing. Got a pipe. Grab the pipe. At least they kept pipe short. I know with planks it made it difficult to carry some stuff around. Get rid of that stamina sound. Craft a drill. Makeshift hand drill. Yes. Make that please. Using a nail. Sure. And splintered wood, I guess. So it's interesting that it can use a screwdriver or a nail. But you should really just never give up a screwdriver. Even if you have extras, it's just one of those things. I would much rather give up a nail. So the screwdriver seems pointless. Although I suppose if you need drilling and you only have screwdrivers, no, because you can always secure nails. I don't know. Anyway, let's make a proper knife spear. So the damage should be the same. It's basically an identical weapon. The only difference is that it will not have the flimsy tag attached to it, which means it will last a lot longer. So now instead of making flimsy knife spears, we can make proper knife spears, which if we do it this way, we can convert the damaged knife spear into a non-damaged knife spear and save ourselves some materials. So let's do that. We'll use a string. It didn't prompt me which spear I wanted to use to make it, but it did use the damaged one. So we have a fully repaired knife spear here. Great, and we'll just haul this stuff onto our unsorted pile. All right, took 10 minutes, but we are now we're a little better equipped. So you're not flimsy, but you're not like sturdy or anything, right? Scroll down. Yeah, no, it's not. Anyway. Oh, we need a question. Let's get a question. I did open my questionnaire here. Oh no, don't update. I have Cataclysm files open in Notepad. When you do that, it and you play the game, it tries to update them while you're playing, which is not great. Scroll, highlight. What's the worst injury you've ever had? Okay. Injury though. Huh. Okay, I've had a lot of health issues. Zombie runner, huh? You're down there. I would like to pull you guys, but I'm afraid I'm going to pull you all at once. Let's just take a few steps at a time. There's more there as well. Usually runners come in clusters. There are, in fact, 3 runners. None of you have seen me, huh? There's quite a lot of zombie density right there. And they don't seem interested. If any of them move to the left, we could maybe pull one, but I'm afraid of approaching too much. Man, let's head south and over. That way maybe we'll get closer to the... This is tedious. This is tedious. I've had a lot of chronic health issues, but I don't have... There we go, we got one. I don't have what I would consider injuries. Like an injury... is like you cut yourself, or maybe you take a really bad fall, or someone attacks you. Like those are or you get in a car accident. Those things are injuries. I have mostly chronic health issues, like my breathing problems. It's why, if you're new to the channel and you're, haven't really watched the content, it's why I sound like I'm gasping for breath every time I record, is because of my ongoing breathing problems. And I have very bad stomach issues that flare up usually once a week, frankly, is that, which I would consider chronic. And I've had some like other health issues, like I had kidney stones when I was a kidney stone when I was a young man, which was just oodles of fun, probably the worst pain I've ever experienced. But injuries, I've been pretty lucky. I've had stitches twice, both times when I was a kid. When I was probably about 5. No, it would have been, so my mom married my stepdad. My mom got pregnant with my sister. She's 4 years younger than me, so I'd have been about 4 at the time. They had the baby, they got married, and we were in that same apartment, and we moved around a lot as a kid. So probably I was about 4 or 5. And we had this game. It was a board game. It was called, I want to say, Icebreaker. In fact, I'm going to go to Google and see if I can bring up a picture of it. Okay, I can't find a picture of it. It was a board game. It came with these colored... Oh, it screwed up my mini map when I alt-tabbed. That's going to be a huge pain in the butt. It was like a board game, and it came with these plastic blocks. They were all color coded, and you would set up the wall built out of these blocks, and then you would use this little hammer to knock out the colored blocks. So it was kind of like Twister or Jenga, where you would select a color. Basically, I don't know if it was a wheel or what, but you would find your color, and then you would take this little thing and you would tap out the color block you needed, and whoever knocked down the wall was the one who lost. So we had this board game, and we really didn't have much as kids. We were frequently locked in our room for really long periods of time. So like I was going to get this thing off a shelf. It was on the top shelf in our closet, and I used an umbrella to get this box down, and it came down and smashed right on my nose. Which again, I was very young, probably 4 or 5. Maybe a smidge older. Maybe I was 5 or 6, but young. And the corner clipped me right at the bridge of my nose, right between the eyes. And I, at that point, was already an abused kid. So like I was very reluctant to tell. I was home alone with my stepfather and brother. And I was very reluctant to tell my stepfather that I had hurt myself, because I thought he would be mad at me. And, when you're a kid and you're being abused, you do anything in your power to avoid being abused. So I did not want to tell him. So I went to the bathroom, and I was just gathering fistfuls of toilet paper, and I'm bleeding everywhere. And eventually he's like, he calls for me and he says, go get me a beer. And I was like, okay, he's gonna see that I'm bleeding everywhere. So I made a real effort to clean up my face and then went out to get him a beer. And he immediately was like, what happened to your face? Because of course I have a gaping wound in my face and I'm bleeding everywhere. And I told him, that a box fell on me and whatever. And they took me and I got, I think, 4 stitches in the bridge of my nose. There's a very tiny, it was a long, long time ago. So like it's mostly not visible at all. But I have this tiny little line right in like where a unibrow would be, just slightly below that of just a tiny line where I had, I think, 4 stitches. And then later, we were living in a different place. I think I was in 2nd or 3rd grade. I don't know how old you are in those grades. Mom was cleaning out the freezer and was chipping away. Like, how you get like icy buildup around the edges of a freezer, or maybe that doesn't happen with modern freezers, but it did back in the day. So she's chipping things out, and she accidentally dropped and broke a pickle jar out of the fridge. And then she, had a bag full of trash, and she called for me and told me to take the trash out to the curb. So I did, and I came back in, and she's like, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, there literally was just a hole in my leg that was wide open, and I was bleeding profusely down my leg, which I hadn't even noticed. And it turned out this broken little scrap of pickle jar in, broken glass from a pickle jar had sliced open my inside of my knee, basically, on my left leg. So we didn't really know what to do. They put me in the bathroom with a wet washcloth to hold on it. Eventually went to the hospital where I remember my mother carried me, which I thought was super odd. Because like my stepfather was there and he was like, he could not be bothered to help with us. And my mother carried me inside. They put me on a wheelchair, which I thought was really cool at the time because I was a kid and it seemed cool to be in a wheelchair. Which sounds terrible actually as those words come out of my mouth. But what I mean is it was fun to try and balance on a wheelchair. And it was something I had never experienced. So to me, it was like a game. And honestly, the leg wound didn't really hurt at all, despite being a very open, like I could see the inside of my leg. It was very gross. And they put in, I think, 5 stitches, I think 5 in my leg and 4 in my nose. Those are the 2 sets of stitches I've had. And I remember my mom telling me how brave I was and all that good stuff that moms are supposed to do, which is something I didn't get a lot of as a child, so it's always nice to have those sort of memories. Really nothing. There's like no pantry here, which I don't understand why there's no dry goods in this kitchen. That is an ongoing issue with Cataclysm, is a lack of dry goods. If a house doesn't have a pantry, basically, then there's really no dry goods whatsoever. So here in this whole house, we're just going to get a few fruits and vegetables. And, that's really it, huh? And some pickles, I guess. I don't really need the beer. I think we have a fair bit of beer. Beer, I think, also is a little too common in Cataclysm. I don't know what the actual numbers are on people in the United States drinking beer. I hate beer. Beer is disgusting. And I know that there's, like, slight differences between, like, stout and ale and all that stuff, but it's all just beer to me, so don't hate me. I know I'm in the wrong there, but the essential oil enthusiasts, oh God, if you use essential oils, that's fine. Nothing personal. I just find them very silly personally. Still no disinfectant. We really need more disinfectant. That's okay. We should take the antifungals, I guess, as well, just to have them. And we did clear up to the street, so we don't need to worry too much about being seen from the front. So we're okay. So yeah, those are probably the 2 worst quote-unquote injuries I've had. I, of course, have had other issues. I caught a haymaker to the face once, Pretty sure that broke my nose. It bled everywhere. Popped my glasses off, popped the lens out of the glasses, and the kid had bolted within seconds of punching me in the face. So that was fun, and it was dark, so I didn't even see it coming. So that was a lot of fun. Got haymakered in the face one time. Geez, I don't know. You get in fights, I guess, is would be my answer. I've been punched in the face a few times. There's some antiseptic. How many charges? I don't know where in this menu it would say that. So just pick that up, and we'll go from there. Oh, because I'm page downing, I'm not using the right keys. Go to this. Use the brackets. It has pocket 1. Is that 1 charge? Oh no, 8 charges. Okay, sorry, I was looking at the 0.25 liters. Wait a minute. 8 charges is 0.2 liters? That doesn't seem right. If a standard plastic bottle that they come in is 500 milliliters, they usually contain 200 or 20 charges. It doesn't matter. I can't do math. Don't hate me. Whatever. It's antiseptic, which we really needed, so that's really good. That will allow us to really heal our arms overnight as well, because we have enough that I feel comfortable using some of it. Take a matchbook as well. I don't know how many lighters I have. No, don't get the water. I don't care about the water. Little study. Nothing. Just some soda. They do have a basement. I think that's like the first house we've seen with a basement. I want to check this garage and adjacent area here. Yeah, so I've been punched in the face a few times. I took some really bad falls where I landed on my face, which is great. I remember one time we were at a friend's house. I must have been probably 18 or 19. We were at a friend's house, and basically we were shooting each other with pellet guns because we were incompetent. And as it started, I took off, bolted out the door, and instantly collided with my friend's grill. And I was shirtless at the time, and it had a glass tray attached to it. Like it had a glass, alongside the grill had a glass shelf for holding like your, I don't know what. I don't know. I don't grill. I don't know. But I plowed into this thing, broke the glass, and got cuts and like soot and ash all in my wounds. It was a lot of fun. That was a lot of little cuts and things. Yeah, I've had some injuries. None of them were particularly severe. I did slice my finger last year as well. Probably should have had stitches, but I just couldn't be bothered, so I just super glued it closed. I think we talked about that on the channel when it happened. I don't remember. Fell on the ice last year, or was that 2 years ago? I don't even remember. It's so strange to me that I can walk in this house, open all the doors and all this without putting in a code or anything, but the minute I try to open their garage, there's an alarm that goes off. I hate stuff like that. It just doesn't really make any sense. Now we have to kind of flee the area because it is going to draw zombies from a fair radius around. I just find that very annoying. Like, I literally climbed in a window, opened a bunch of doors and stuff. It's obviously not like a real, that's not how a real security system works. I really don't think, personally, so the way that alarms work in Cataclysm, I really don't think they should be on basic houses. I think they should be reserved only for like shops. I don't think it makes sense for the way they're currently implemented to be on houses, because there are so many things you can do to the house that doesn't trigger the alarm. In fact, I'm pretty sure the only thing that triggers the alarm is certain doors and windows. So if I go back to that house, just out of curiosity, we did get an iBot spawned. I don't love that either. Why did you spawn to the south? Why would you spawn all the way over there? If it was in reaction to the alarm, why wouldn't you spawn near the house? I don't care. We're going to go smash the window. I'm curious if it will trigger the alarm again. Yeah, so I can smash the window, and have no effect whatsoever. But because it's tied to this specific door, the alarm goes off, and I think that that's really dumb. So I don't know. I don't know what the radius is on the alarm. I'm concerned. Like, there are zombies to the south. Are you coming up to investigate the alarm? Kind of. You look like you're mostly milling about. Zombie runner. I would like to go to the east here. That is where the runner is, and I'm concerned about what density might be on this road. There's another one there. It looks like they are moving towards the house. I really wanted to look at the outdoorsman shop. Looks like a lot of bow stuff. I don't really do bows in the game. Yeah, mostly not. Oh, some decent sealed food calories there. Pickled herring. We talked about that in a previous episode. Someone told me that it's a tradition to eat that on, I can't remember if they said Christmas or New Year's. And they said it was German tradition, if I recall correctly. But, like, my family's German, and we always eat sauerkraut on New Year's. Like, that's supposed to be tradition. So, maybe I'm misremembering. Of course, I don't know. I don't know where pickled herring really originates or anything like that. But so, unfortunately, that alarm, I think, has blocked us off from going over here. I'm just a little cautious about that, and I'm a little hesitant to go over there, which also sucks because we can't really go to the south because of this park and the danger that the park presents. I think we leave, and I think we come back later and check it out later and see if the zombies have congregated here. I just don't want to be there and then get surprised and end up surrounded or something because they start coming from this whole side, especially because we live relatively close. If we're going to progress, why don't we progress in this area and see if we can hit a little further south? Because ideally, the alarm will move those zombies from the south up north a bit. The iBot's still milling about. I was really hoping you would go to the north as well, like towards the alarm. I don't like having you here, but I also don't want to fight you. Can't see your current location. I'm pretty close. How far away? 42. I wonder what their vision radius is. We need to be a little cautious. So if you don't know, mild spoilers, all that stuff for the iBot. If you don't know, the iBot will spawn riot control bots, and I think has a chance to spawn some scarier stuff at a low percentage chance, but I might be misremembering. So I really would rather not engage with them. But also, if it engages with zombies, it's just going to get out of hand anyway. Do we have any guns? Let's make this a priority to kill this before the zombies get at it and they start, like, mass spawning creatures. Do I have any guns? No. Do I have a gun tile? I do. So I don't have any guns. Well, if you spawn the wrong robot, we could be screwed here. Let's go kill this and hope for the best. You can see me now, huh? How close do I have to be for the flash to trigger? Citizen database connection lost. Drop your weapon now. Hands in the air. Okay, is that the iBot saying that, or was there another robot? Because I'm not... You flee, huh? I didn't think you flee. Well, it'll be the zombies' problem, I guess. Whatever, just ignore. I don't care. Screw you, robot. This outing has not gone quite the way I would like it to. Oh, we're at about 30 minutes. Why don't we call it here? Yeah, I've had a slew of injuries. None of them have been particularly significant. I've never officially broken a bone. I'm pretty sure I fractured my foot and my shin, whatever bone is in your shin, playing football as a teenager. Because I still have some issues surrounding that, my knee and my shin. are not great. And then my foot was quite bad for a long time, and I just assumed that it was partially like fractured, or maybe even seems unlikely that it was broken. But I had a really hard time walking for a while. I had a friend land on my foot weird when we were playing backyard football, and it's ever since then I can feel it whenever it gets cold. It hurts, and a lot of the indicators that it might have been fractured or something. But I've never officially broken anything. Pretty sure I did break my nose from fighting and things, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, really, to have a broken nose. It's a little bit crooked, and the one nostril is not quite as open as I have some scar tissue and stuff from. It doesn't matter. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. Remember to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your most severe injury was. I'm sure most of you have me beaten. I've had 9, I think, stitches, which is not really very impressive at all. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your most severe injury was. And yeah, I'll be back with more Cataclysm in the near future. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.